Are you ready to come on board one of the most intense and high-stress environments on the planet? Well, buckle up because today we're taking a tour of the crazy bomb farm on a nuclear U.S. aircraft carrier. First of all, let's define what we mean by bomb farm. On a nuclear aircraft carrier, the bomb farm is where all the bombs, missiles, and other ordnance are stored and maintained. It's essentially a giant garage for weapons. But don't let the name fool you, this is no farm. It's more like a high-security prison for explosives. Imagine walking into a giant hangar with rows and rows of racks filled with bombs and missiles. The smell of jet fuel and grease fills the air. The sound of tools clanking and technicians talking echoes off the walls. This is the bomb farm. It's where the weapons are checked, repaired, and made ready for action. The bomb farm plays a crucial role in the operation of the aircraft carrier. When planes take off and land, they need to be loaded with the right weapons for the mission. The bomb farm is where those weapons are stored and prepared. But the bomb farm isn't just a storage facility. It's also a workshop. Technicians here are responsible for keeping the weapons in top condition. They check for wear and tear, make repairs, and test the weapons to make sure they're ready to go. Working in the bomb farm is not for the faint of heart. It's a high-stress, high-pressure environment where lives are literally on the line. Technicians here have to be detail-oriented and meticulous. They have to follow strict safety procedures and be constantly aware of the potential danger of working with explosives. But despite the intensity of the job, the people who work in the bomb farm are some of the most dedicated and hardworking in the military. They take pride in their work and know that what they do is essential to the operation of the aircraft carrier. Despite the serious nature of the work, the bomb farm can also be a fun and lighthearted place. Technicians here have to find ways to blow off steam and keep their spirits up in such a high-stress environment. Pranks and jokes are common, and there's always a sense of camaraderie among the technicians. They look out for each other and have each other's backs, no matter what. When they're not working, technicians in the bomb farm can be found hanging out in the rec room, playing video games or watching movies. They also have access to a gym and other recreational facilities on the aircraft carrier. But the most popular activity among bomb farm technicians is definitely sleeping. With long hours and intense work, they often need to catch up on some rest during their downtime. When the aircraft carrier is deployed, the bomb farm is in a constant state of activity. Planes are taking off and landing around the clock, and the technicians in the bomb farm are working to keep the weapons ready and the planes loaded. The pace is intense and there is little time for rest. Technicians might work 12-hour shifts or longer, depending on the mission. They have to be constantly alert and focused, as even a small mistake could have serious consequences. But despite the demands of the job, the technicians in the bomb farm are some of the most resilient and adaptable in the military. They are used to operating in high-stress environments and are able to handle the demands of deployment with grace and professionalism. When the aircraft carrier is in port, the bomb farm is a bit less hectic. Technicians still have to maintain the weapons and keep them ready, but there is a bit more time for rest and relaxation. During this time, technicians might catch up on sleep, work out in the gym, or spend time with friends and family. They might also take advantage of the opportunity to explore the local area and see some of the sights. But even when the aircraft carrier is in port, the bomb farm is never completely at rest. There are always planes coming and going, and the technicians have to be ready to load them up with the right weapons at a moment's notice. When the aircraft carrier is in combat, the bomb farm is a hive of activity. Planes are taking off and landing constantly, and the technicians in the bomb farm are working around the clock to keep them loaded with the right weapons. The intensity and stress are at an all-time high. Technicians have to be prepared for anything and be able to stay cool under pressure. But despite the dangers of combat, the technicians in the bomb farm are some of the most courageous and dedicated in the military. They know that what they do is essential to the success of the mission, and they take pride in their work. During combat, the atmosphere in the bomb farm is intense and focused. Technicians are working as quickly and efficiently as possible to get the planes loaded and ready to go. There is little time for jokes or pranks, as everyone is focused on the task at hand. But even in the midst of combat, the technicians in the bomb farm find ways to stay positive and support each other. They know that they are all in this together, and they rely on each other to get through the tough times. For many technicians, leaving the bomb farm and the aircraft carrier is a bittersweet experience. They have formed strong bonds with their colleagues and have become a family of sorts. But at the same time, they are eager to see their loved ones and return to civilian life. After months or even years of living and working in such a high-stress environment, the prospect of some rest and relaxation is very appealing. For many technicians, leaving the bomb farm and the aircraft carrier is also a chance to reflect on their time there and the impact they had. They know that what they did was important and that they made a difference. As they say goodbye to their colleagues and the aircraft carrier, they often look back with pride and a sense of accomplishment. For some technicians, returning to the bomb farm and the aircraft carrier is like coming home. They have missed their colleagues and the intensity of life on board and are excited to be back. But for others, returning to the bomb farm and the aircraft carrier can be a bit intimidating. They may have gotten used to the slower pace of civilian life and are not sure they are ready to jump back into the high-stress environment of the bomb farm. Regardless of how they feel, technicians who return to the bomb farm and the aircraft carrier are quickly reminded of why they love it there. The sense of camaraderie, the sense of purpose, and the opportunity to make a difference are all things that make life on an aircraft carrier special. So, that's a glimpse into life inside the crazy bomb farm on a nuclear U.S. aircraft carrier. It's an intense and high-stress environment that requires dedication, hard work, and resilience. But it's also a place where technicians form strong bonds, support each other, and have a sense of purpose. It's a place that will always hold a special place in their hearts. Thanks for joining us on this tour of the bomb farm. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about the inner workings of an aircraft carrier. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes looks at military life. And leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos.